We're on the New Amsterdam in Fort Lauderdale. Next stop will be Nassau. Sounds like we're ready to go. Due to some very high winds, our departure was delayed a little longer than we had expected. This is the early morning view coming into Nassau, and there are already some ships in port. At the moment we can still see the harbour, but this view won't last much longer. As we leave the ship, we now have a very close neighbour. Today we're going on a day trip around the island in a minibus, and the first stop is going to be a rum cake factory.
You guys are gonna see downtown. They took lots of damage. They look like they should be destroyed, but actually they have a lot of historic value. That's why they didn't destroy them, okay?
So once it's not open, you don't have to worry about carrying it back. Even though you sample 2 flavors, there are 11 different flavors.
Yeah, don't be shy. Small cakes in the boxes, so 1 for 7 or 4 for...
Well, that was quite an experience. Now we're back on the bus. Our next stop is going to be the Atlantis Resort.
Just a little. Now guys, to the left is called the Atlantis. The Atlantis do have 5 towers. All the way to the left is called the Reef. So the Atlantis can use some work. It used to look 100 times better. Trust me guys, it is beautiful.
Who
but
owns it now?
Bakersfield.
Now we're doing a walk around the massive marina, and there are some really big boats here. Now it's time to get back on the bus and continue the tour.
Look at that roof. Tin roof. Tell you a little bit more about that as we go ahead, okay?
Our next stop is the Queen's Staircase. This was hand dug out of the rock by 600 slaves between the year 1793 and 1794. The 65 steps led up to Fort Fincastle.
I'll pull behind one of these buses. You guys are going to walk straight ahead to the top. When you get to the top, you will take a right and go up the hill. When you get to the top, you'll be there for about 20 minutes.
Just arriving at John Watlin's rum distillery, and he's talking about 2 very fierce chickens which guard the place.
Barry Jr. just went around the corner. Oh, there he is behind the tree. That is Barry Jr.
He's a chicken.
He's a chicken. Well,
He's a chicken.
he's huge.
Here's one of them. He doesn't look that fierce. On second thoughts, we're back in the bus again, and we're heading for lunch at Fisherman's Wharf, which should be an experience. Now we're saying goodbye to Nassau. Here's the pilot boat come to pick up the pilot as we're leaving the dock area. There goes the pilot. Now we have a day at sea before our next stop, which is Amber Cove in the Dominican Republic. There's always plenty to do during a day at sea, and the first thing we'll do is a short tour of our suite. We were lucky enough to be upgraded. Apart from having more room in the cabin, we really enjoyed the bigger balcony with some nice comfortable furniture. This is the early morning view of Amber Cove as we get near to the dock. From a close-up view, it looks like they've got a pretty good wind energy project going. This is the view of the ship as we walk along the dock. Well, now we know where we are. This is my favorite sign. This is the sail away out of Amber Cove. Tomorrow is Christmas Day and we're going to be in Grand Turk. It's Christmas Eve and the crew, who are mainly from the Philippines and Indonesia, traditionally put on a Christmas concert.
our hearts. Thank you for joining us, and a very Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas Day and we're sailing into Grand Turk. We were supposed to be going on a sea kayak trip today, but we cancelled it due to the weather. We're going for a walk along the beach, but we had hoped for better weather. Here's a look along the beach in the other direction, and it's still very windy. It's time to leave, and tomorrow we have a day at sea. Here's a quick look around the dining room. Another sea day, which we always enjoy. Today we've arrived at Half Moon Key. We've been here before and it's been too rough to land. Today will be the same. People are going ashore by tender, but I think we'll give it a miss and go for a walk around the deck, then have lunch. This is as close as we're going to get to the island on this visit. Since this is a private island, they don't use the ship's tenders. There are a couple of larger tenders which live on the island full time. Half Moon Key was our last destination, and we're now heading back to Florida. It doesn't look as if the weather for our return trip is going to improve much. We're now back where we started in Port Everglades, Florida.